I mean, technically the point of no return should have been when you were flying up here in the first place, but it doesn't really matter. We are in yet another Krazoa shrine. I mean, these places all look fairly similar. So, I mean, you can't really talk about them as unique points too much until you start seeing all the tests to do in them. Okay. Oh boy. Press that. I believe it's a time switch. I can't help but set myself on fire every time I get the opportunity to, it looks like. But we made it through that timed segment, not without too much trouble other than getting caught on fire, like usual. Again, floating on updrafts. Got some fires to put out here. Got a gate that still hasn't opened, so let's turn around, and what do you know, there's a switch to hit again. Which does the job. Let's move on through. And another timed switch. And I set myself on fire again. This shrine looks slightly different. There are windows. Places. Place looks weird. That place looks like Dark Ice Mines, I believe. That is very obviously from the Walled City. That is Moon Mountain Pass. Lightfoot Village. Whoa. Guys? That's weird. Graphical glitchings. And Cloud Runner Fortress, which... Ow. This? I'm pretty sure that's just space. Now that I think about it. But observing that actually is very helpful because this last test... Well, not really last test. Again, I'm weird. This test. Oh, it might be the last test, who knows. The test of knowledge. Match the items with the levels. If you succeed, I will become yours to return to the palace. You have a time limit, but you get an item that is associated with each thing. And we have our dinosaur horn, which we got in Dark Ice Mines. And it starts burning. We've got a Cloud Runner flute, which we got in Cloud Runner Fortress, obviously. Let's see, we've got a Moon Seed, which was from Moon Mountain Pass, and only there in that vicinity. What we've got here is, looks like a piece of a totem pole. So that's definitely Lightfoot Village. We've got here is Gold Tooth from the Walled City. And this last thing that looks kind of weird, it looks almost like a skull or something, but it's actually a meteorite from outer space. Placing all those correctly in the time limit will get us yet another Krazoa spirit. Collected the fifth Krazoa spirit and will remain in your body until you take it to Krazoa Palace. But now...
This is it, Tricky. It's time to say goodbye.
I know you're right, Vox. It's just...
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna miss you too. Without your help, this mission would have failed. So I've got something for you. Prince Tricky, Earthwalker, you are now an honorary member of the Star Fox team.
Now?
Dad, did you hear that? Me, a
Only
member
now?
of Star Fox. Do I get my own spaceship?
I'll come and visit you soon.
Just don't make it too long, okay? Where are we going?
And yet he's still following us around.
Wow, I'm gonna be a spaceman.
But, yes.
Yeah, I'll be the first dinosaur in space.
Technically you already were, if you want to count that.
Wow, I'm gonna be a spaceman.
Okay, really. Can I talk to the king anymore? No, I think only Tricky. But, yes, with that, we must say farewell to the prince. Because from now on, we no longer need his help. And he's here with his dad, and once we get the planet back together, his mom will return here as well. So he's going to stay here in the walled city, and we will move on and finish the rest of our mission. It's sad, but we do have to leave him here. He looks happy enough, though. But yes, that is what some people believe that one message was referring to. What was to the fact that soon enough we would have to say goodbye to Tricky, and that because of the way the series was going with Rare handling this game, but being sold off. There was maybe some question whether, I mean, not really any question, I guess. I mean, there was always just assumed that if Nintendo wanted to make further Star Fox games, they'd just get some other studio to work on them. But there was there wasn't any certainty that any game after this would actually feature him again. So this could have been the last time that we ever see him. It's not spoilers for future games, but a future game. But yeah. And with that, I might as well spend some time while we're flying to our next destination to discuss what the other message was that wasn't in our copy. And one of the extras, I will mention some of the extras. I might also like show some of the extras off, like not really show them, but explain them. And also, we cannot fly anywhere but back to the planet here. But I might explain some of them at some point before the series ends. But one of the options, which is a language change to change the base language of the game to the dinosaur language, which is interesting. I don't know if that changes I think that changes the text on the subtitles. I don't think they recorded all of the game's dialogue in dinosaur language. That would have been funny, though. But I haven't actually tried it out, so it could be that. I don't know. I don't think it is. But that's on some options of the game. Some versions of the game have that. Other versions of the game have it replaced with another message. And this one seemed to be about Fox and Crystal. I don't remember the exact text, but it's an interesting thing. Anyway.
Let's go, Fox! Get that spirit directly back to the Krazoa Palace. I have adjusted your flight path so that you will land at the top of the palace. As soon as you get there, head down inside to release the spirit. Pepper out!
Okay, so with that,
Fly through one gold ring to reach
we basically have our last flight here explained for us. We're just flying back to the planet as usual. But rather than landing at Thorntail Hollow, we'll actually be landing on top of Krazoa Palace. This is why we don't need to use the warp stone again here. We'll just fly there ourselves. Why we couldn't have done that at other points in the game, I don't know. But I guess they were just here to, these missions were just here to spice things up, and they didn't want them to overpower the main gameplay too much, I suppose. I don't know. But yeah, the other message that appears in some versions of the game seems to be hinting at the fact that Crystal would be joining the series as a returning character. Spoiler alert, but if you've paid any attention to the series, you would have known that already. I should just be not quite so blasé with my random spoilings of things, but with that note, we land here at the palace, on top of the palace, and we must find our way to a place where we can release this Krazoa spirit. So let's head down into the interior of the palace again and see if anything new has appeared that we can do. We no longer can return to the rest of the game. Oh, that could have been messy. Actually, I have a feeling that maybe the thing to do would have been to stay up at the top. I don't know. The other two I remember, the last two spirit release points I remember fairly quickly. But this one is a little trickier to me. I can't put my finger exactly on where you're supposed to go. It might be up here on the roof. In fact, yes, it's... Well, no, it's not. See, that's a release point, but it's not active. You have to look for one or somewhere we can open one. Before we can release this last one. I keep wanting to say last because I know it's the very end of the game here. But this is not the last spirit. There's one after this. It's just... Admittedly, it's gotten fairly quickly along with things, but... I need to stop almost spoiling things, and either do or don't. Maybe you're supposed to go up here again. That doesn't seem to do anything, though. Like I said, my memory is hazy of this specific point in the game. Maybe it's because it's the very end of the game, so it's the part you see the least amount of times you play through it, or attempt to play through it. But let's check the lower levels of this place. Level by level by level. We've already been here. This is where we used our sharp claw disguise to open that, release that one there. Aha! That seems to be something I remember checking out first time we came here as Fox. But we couldn't do anything here. Now, maybe we can. See, now this fan is active for some reason. It wasn't before. I don't know, but through here, yeah, we get to this place. Beat a sharp claw. It's kind of a random external balcony to have a release point, but it does, so let's just release the spirit and see what happens next. Spirit flies to join the rest of them. We now have 5 spirits of the 6. And gates open on that warp point. What could that possibly mean? Where could we possibly be going? We will find out soon enough. But for now, I think I shall head back up to the top of the temple. The palace. It's not really a temple. It's a palace. Okay. Don't touch me, you spinning brain jellyfish thing. But let's return to the top of the Krazoa Palace. And prepare for our final test. Which we shall take on next time. This has been me, Somni Respiratory Flux. And you can go in the comments, respond, vibrate, feedback, resonate, however you want to. Tell me how I'm doing. Tell me how you think I've done so far on this project. And next time, final shrine. And the end of the game. See you then.